Yo, what's going on, y'all, man? I hope that you guys had a happy new year, and I hope that you guys are prepared to kick 2021's ass, man. Let's not dwell on the past. 2020 is over. That's it. You know what I mean? Let's just look forward to now and the foreseeable future. Hope that all y'all are doing well. But I wanted to talk about this, man. So I've been hearing that Vince McMahon is not doing well, and I don't know about y'all, but I fucks with Vince McMahon like heavy. I fucks with Vince McMahon the long way, bro. Like, I feel like, no homo, but I feel like I low key have a special relationship with Vince. Like, his birthday is the day before mine, and I think that's pretty fucking awesome that my birthday is the day before the greatest motherfucking mind in wrestling ever. You know what I'm saying? And I just hope that he gets well soon. You know what I mean? I hope that he gets better. And, I hope that he's able to get back to doing what doing what he does and to be the creative genius that he is. Now, now I know that he's done some things that are questionable. He's done some things that was like, really? But I mean, that's what humans do. You know what I mean? No one's perfect. You know what I'm saying? We can't expect perfection out of this man because behind the wrestling mind and the Mr. McMahon character, is a man. He's a human. He's going to make mistakes. He's going to make decisions that are questionable, just like we all do. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope that, and I hope that none of y'all are like wishing death on him or wishing him bad. Like if you're doing that, you need to get some help. You know what I mean? You're a sick person if you ever wish that on anybody over a fucking wrestling show. You know what I mean? It's fake. It's a TV show. It's scripted. Now to see people like bitch about, oh, Vince, he touched him. The company would be better if he was dead. Like all that dumb shit, bro. Shut up. Like 2021, bro, it's high vibrations and positive vibes. Like take that negative shit somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like I always say, if y'all don't like it, don't watch. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, I have not been watching wrestling at all. I ain't been watching this shit at all. The only time I watch is little clips off YouTube here and there. And truth be told, the only time I watch anything is if it's Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's pretty much the only person that I actually care for watching. Everything else I can really care less about. But back to Vince McMahon, I don't care how y'all feel about him, but us, like millennials, let's say, people who were born in like the 80s and later, yo, Vince McMahon is the reason you watch wrestling. Vince McMahon created wrestling is now. And all these other promotions that try to talk about, oh, we're not doing the sports entertainment, we're making this sports based, blah, 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 all that goofy shit, they still look at Vince McMahon and see how he books everything and look at how their product is. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's shit right now, but still, it's shit, but it's better than everything else. Like if I had to choose a wrestling show to watch, even though wrestling is pretty much dog shit right now, if I had a choice, somebody was like, you have to pick one to watch. I'm gonna pick WWE, bro. I'm gonna pick WWE because they still have a couple of stars. They still have a couple of guys that look like wrestlers. You know what I mean? It's not a whole bunch of indie jobbers like most of these indie promotions in AEW, etc. You know what I'm saying? But Vince McMahon is the reason you watch wrestling. Vince McMahon created wrestling in what it is today. So, my heart and my prayers go out to him. I hope that he's gonna recover and be back to the motherfucking genetic jackhammer that he is, that I know he could be. And, I hope that y'all are wishing him well too. You know what I mean? Because yeah, dude, he pretty much made this entire thing. Like he's the reason that there's even a fucking IWC. He's the reason that all these fucking people on YouTube even have a channel. Because what do? They talk about WWE, whether it's good or bad. So Vince McMahon is the reason that you have these YouTube channels that just talk shit about WWE, that use WWE to chase clout. Shit, he's the reason that Dave Meltzer even has a fucking platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vince McMahon is responsible for so many things that people don't even look to realize. He's responsible that we even have YouTube channels to talk about this shit. Whether you consider yourself a smark or an anti-smark or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, Vince McMahon is the reason behind all that shit. Because whenever we talk about wrestling, what's the first thing that comes to mind? WWE. And who's the owner of WWE? Vincent Kennedy motherfucking McMahon. We don't talk about WWF when his daddy used to own it. Who gave a fuck about it back then? Nobody cared when it was Bruno Sammartino and Pedro Morales and, Buddy Rogers and those guys. You know what I mean? Nobody gave a shit. People started caring when Vince McMahon decided to make it a sports entertainment by introducing larger than life personalities and characters and gimmicks. Yeah, granted, some of this shit has been goofy, but it's a TV show. There's always going to be goofy shit in TV shows. You know what I'm saying? And also, to give Vince McMahon credit, like, Vince McMahon turned guys that would have been fucking mid-carders and or jobbers to fucking superstars. Mainstream, legitimate superstars. Matter of fact, I can give you one right now. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold was a fucking undercard guy in WCW, and he was a tag team guy. Had he stayed there and not went to WWE, that's all he would have been. They never saw him as a fucking main eventer, not over Sting, not over Flair, at least during this time frame. And then when Hogan got there, like, come on, bro. Stone Cold would have got lost in the shuffle. Vince McMahon took him and made him a fucking superstar. Even guys that wrestled in WCW or whatever that didn't really fully get established, guys like Jericho and Eddie Guerrero and Booker T. You can say Booker T was kind of a star in WCW, but he became a bigger star in WWE. You get what I'm trying to say? And don't even go there and say, oh, Ted Turner made stars and blah, blah, blah. Ted Turner didn't do shit. All Ted Turner did was bought out the stars Vince McMahon already made. So unless your name is fucking Bill Goldberg, WCW didn't really make any stars. And don't fucking say Sting and Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes and all of them. They all became stars in NWA. That's probably the only other company that came close as far as making stars, in the WWE was NWA, because you had Dusty, Flair, Sting, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Road Warriors. You know what I mean? So that's like the only company that came close to actually making stars, legit stars. WCW was just Jim Crockett promotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't make no fucking stars. You know what I mean? Vince McMahon turned mean Mark Callis, the big tall ginger with the fucking heart punch, to the Undertaker, the greatest motherfucking wrestling character of all time. You know what I'm saying? He turned the prototype into John Cena, beat D2D. You know what I'm saying? He turned Flex Kavana, Rocky Maivia into The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vince McMahon took guys and made them stars, bro. He made them superstars. And no one will ever be able to do that again in wrestling at all. So, I just wanted to, talk about this. And, dude, I just wish Vince McMahon well. Dude, I hope you outlive all of us, Vince, because we fucking need you. We need you here, bro. If you die, bro, wrestling's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Even though wrestling is shit right now, and even though, you're letting your daughter run shit to the ground and Triple H and all this other goofy shit, we still acknowledge you for what you've done. We acknowledge your work, during the Attitude Era. And at least I do. I acknowledge you like you're the greatest fucking heel of all time. Mr. McMahon is the greatest heel ever. I don't care what nobody says. You can't name a better fucking heel than the Mr. McMahon character. Especially because he became that based off of a real situation, off the Montreal Screwjob, even though even though we already think it was a work, you know what I mean? But still, a situation that looked like it was very real, he took that and made a character out of it and turned into the fucking best heel ever. And elevated talent because of it. You know what I'm saying? So I know this is a long rant and it's like me praising Vince McMahon, but you know, I'm a firm believer of giving people their roses while they're here. So anybody you listening to this video, man, you know, show some love to Vince McMahon and also for the wrestlers too. Let me say something to this. If any of the wrestlers listening to this, yo, stop with all the Vince McMahon slander. Cut it out. Especially if you wrestled in WWE. Because keep in mind, he gave you a platform. Whether you were a champion or a jobber, you wrestled in the biggest wrestling promotion in the world. That's if you were on Raw getting squashed by Braun Strowman, or if you were just wrestling on Main Event and Superstars. The fact that you can say that you were a WWE superstar, that gives you fucking brand equity. That gives your brand equity over the guy who just wrestled all over the indies. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go wrestle for New Japan or Impact or whatever, guess what? They're going to take you over they take any other fucking local wrestler because you wrestled in WWE. Regardless of what role you played, you still wrestled for that company. And because of Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is the reason why y'all got fucking blue checks on your Instagram page and why you're verified. You know what I'm saying? Like, so cut it out. Okay, you probably didn't get to have what you want, or you didn't get booked the way that you would have liked to get booked. But keep in mind, bro, not everybody can be WWE champion. Not everybody can be featured on the main event. Not everybody can have 20-minute long ass matches. You know what I mean? You come and you play a role. And if your role is to be a motherfucking jobber, bro, be the best jobber you can be. And you'll be like, you know, in R-Truth. You know, R-Truth, a guy who has all the tools to be a world champion, has been a jobber for the better part of like 6 years. And he's never complained. And he's been playing his role great. And I won't be surprised if sometime they fuck around and put the belt on him. You know what I mean? And he has his Mark Henry moment. You get what I'm saying? And so yeah, I just wanted to, you know, give some praise to Vince McMahon, the greatest motherfucking owner ever, the motherfucking GOAT. And I hope that y'all enjoy y'all day. Once again, have a happy new year, 2021. You know, let's, you know, keep positive, high vibrations.